All right, so this record, I don't even know how
It's
to
great.
do it. Um,
It's great. What a
so
fucking great record.
yeah, so how do you feel about this? Because I've been so close to it, obviously for the last few weeks as I've just been
Hmm.
hammering away at it, and you're getting to hear it in this full draft form. It's not properly mixed yet, but it's the culmination of everything up to this moment where we're about to hand it off to Forrester to mix
Yeah.
it. And so you're kind of getting to really hear it in a much more fresh way than I have. And so
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious to get your impressions on it.
Mhm. Well, I think it is actually very diverse, which I love, and has a lot of surprises, which is great. So I don't think that there's no chance of getting bored at
Oh,
any point, or
yeah,
kind of, being. And I really believe, that all of our followers, would kind of, really be drawn to it because that's exactly the audience we attract. I mean, uh, the way it starts off, I think the very first two songs actually are pretty modest, almost like a pretty kind of yeah, okay, very accessible,
right.
and it starts going completely left field, but it will always kind of it always comes back. So I really like the waves kind of going in
Yes.
and out of that. Where it gets really interesting, obviously, is the whole segment, the whole section of the little and quirky songs.
Yeah.
That's a daring section. This is like literally, is that like, one of those kind of mother moments of Police where some people, where it's too much for them? Or is it,
Yeah.
or will it be,
Right.
But I remember like Stuart Copeland told me the story about Mother. He says like we were talking about synchronicity, and he goes like, and we talked about the songs, and he goes like, oh yeah, and we was like Mother, and he goes like, oh yeah, that's the song where everybody kind of usually kind of puts the needle to the next song, right?
Yeah.
But except for the musos, obviously, because we all
I
love it.
love it. Yeah, I love it. And I know people that just flat out hate it. They think it's like the worst thing they've ever heard. And
Yeah, no.
yeah, I totally dig that song.
So if we have the section with Swan Song and with Dum Dum, those
Yeah,
songs obviously a bit daring. And Old Sparky is great. I don't think that Old Sparky, there's nothing that weird about it or something. And also the
and the
Flame.
flame. Yeah,
Hmm?
the
Yeah,
flame.
the Flame and
Wow.
Old Sparky are kind of really siblings, aren't they? And
Yes.
but they almost have like a little bit of a promise for the metal fans as well. It's like and it sounds authentic too because we both play
Yeah,
metal as
we
well.
love it. Yeah,
So,
that's the thing. I was finding, yeah, like we kind of move through genres and we move through these different moods, and I think what's really interesting about this record to me is, see, this whole time that we've been making it, I've
yeah.
actually been thinking of it in a classic sense as like a Van Halen, what Van Halen 2 is to Van Halen 1, like
Yeah.
this sort of like reconfirmation of what the first thing is. But
Yeah.
now that we've gotten it all together and I listened to it
Yeah.
from top to bottom,
Yeah.
I've actually been wrong about that. I am feeling as though what we've done here is we've we've jumped ahead in the
I was just gonna
timeline
say. Mhm.
to what under normal circumstances would be like a fourth or fifth album by a band.
Absolutely.
It's like we've gone from doing Led Zeppelin 1 to like Houses of the Holy.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
that's kind of blowing my mind a
Yeah.
little bit because that I didn't see that coming, and we've
Yeah.
been making this record.
Yeah. I know. It was for me the same experience. Yesterday when I listened in the car to that album, I was like, fuck me silly. I was like, this is like so it's like so elaborate, but and so beautiful and perfect. All it's like in the ways. It's like I thought like, holy shit, we went, yeah, exactly, like from from A to D, from A to E, without going through B, C,
Right.
D.